What's going on, folks? What's going on? How you doing? This is Xavier, the Traffic Link here again on another Thursday in the 9 o'clock hour to bring you office hours. And today we're going to get right into it. Have you ever been in a situation where may have benefited from knowing the context of the conversation that's happening? Have you ever walked into the middle of a conversation with two friends and it sounds like they're talking about you, but you listen just a slight bit longer and realize, oh, they're talking about Jimmy? You might have walked in the conversation. They said, oh, yeah, he's wearing a black shirt and a gold chain right now. And, I don't think that he looks really good at it. So you walk into the conversation with a black shirt and gold chain on, and you think they're talking about you. But listen just a little bit longer, they're actually not talking about you, right? Context matters. And in today's office hours, we're going to deal with this in marketing terms, and we call this segmentation. Segmentation basically is how you take your big, giant, bulky contact list and then you narrow it down to talk to people where they're at in the buying journey, from going from a complete stranger all the way through to somebody that's a raving fan. And we're going to talk about that in great detail because context matters. There's nothing worse than having somebody talk to you about something when they don't understand the context of what you're going through, right? You ever heard somebody say, you just don't understand me, you don't get it, right? That's because there hasn't been enough due diligence to understand the context. And as somebody that's marketing your practice, marketing your business, you don't want that to be you. You don't want to be the person that's caught without understanding context. It's not a good thing. It's not a good look. So we're going to deal with that today in detail. And I'm going to give you the 7 common segments every business has to have in place in order for you to be able to win in today's digital marketplace, right? And in this world that we live in, and it's getting more and more complex. And I'm giving you common segmentations. There's a lot more segmentations that go into this. Like some people might say that segmentation and demographics are the same, but they're different, right? You can have the same demographics, but it'd be in a different segment in the process, in your different segment in your marketing, right? So, for instance, your demographics or your avatar might be somebody that's a parent that has 2 to 3 kids that are of the school age, right? And you might feel that you might feel that person is a particular segment, although it could be a portion of the segment, but you can have multiple people that are in that same demographic in different segments. And we're going to give you these 7 segments that you need to put into your business so that you can message people where they're at. Some people may not be in a place where they're ready to even receive an offer from you because they haven't engaged in enough content in order for you to make a deal, right? Google did a study. Was it like 11 contact points over 7 hours? I believe it's something like that. Somebody help me with that in the chat. You guys can jump in the chat and help me with that. But they did a study that basically breaks down how many times somebody needs to engage with you in order for them to be ready to buy. And what about the people that are prior to the point of ready to buy? And what about the people that after they bought? What are you going to do with those people? Those are segments, right? People that bought before, people that are currently in the buying, or people that are pre-buying stage, people that are currently in the buying stage, and then people that are post-buying stage. They're already a client, and we're going to go into those 7 segments. So what we're going to do is go ahead and jump into that right now. So without any further ado, I'm going to go into sharing my screen, and then I'm going to show you what these 7 segments look like, and we're going to talk about each one of them. Okay? So let's go into that. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay. So these are the 7 segments, and I just got this kind of zoom in here in Canva. Right? If you want this actually, you can download this. I'll have it in the community. Right? I should be showing this from the community, but I'm going to show it from Canva, whatever. Right. But the 7 segments are a subscriber, a lead, marketing qualified, sales qualified, opportunity, customer or client, and an evangelist or a raving fan, right? So we're going to talk about what each one of these are. Okay. So and then we're going to talk about how to set up a pipeline. We're going to show you how to set up a pipeline in the traffic link app here. We're going to create a new pipeline, and then we're going to show you how to roll this out, and then maybe build a little bit of a nurture sequence, maybe one or two, maybe jump in this intro and come up with a nurture sequence, maybe one or two emails long, depending, not only doing that for the sake of time, but depending on what your business is and how I always say it like this. The bigger the offer or the more money it's going to be, the longer the nurture period. If it's a $2 product, you don't need a long nurture period. You want to buy it for $2 or not. But if it's $2 million, then there might be a little more massage that needs to take place, and therefore you need to work on that. So we're going to talk about it. Okay, first and foremost, what is a subscriber? So a subscriber is defined by somebody that has said, yes, I'm interested in learning more about you, or I would like to be on your email list, right? You gather the name and the phone number, or name and the email address, right? And now they're on your email list or your SMS list, right? They're going to be people that are just there to hang out. They're kind of the looky-loos. They're not really people that are investing in really going the distance as much as they are people that are really kind of kicking the tires and seeing what you're all about. They're still discovering who you are, and therefore, because they're discovering who you are, they're not really ready to make a move. 90% of your people are going to be here. 75% of the people are going to be there if you're good at what you do, right? If they like what you're doing. You think about it like a bell curve. You got a bell curve starts here, goes up, and it comes back down around, right? Here, up, comes back down around. The people that are over here on this side are the people that are probably going to be like your most engaged people. The people in the belly of the bell curve are all the people that are the tire kickers, right? And then the people that are on the opposite side of the bell curve over here are the people that are kind of the people that are the also-rans, the people that after the trend is already passed, and they're kind of like, well, okay, I kind of need it now. Well, having a segmented list will help you address address people where they're at in that bell curve, right? So I'm different than I'm going to talk to somebody that I already got there, that's already become a lead, right? So what does it mean for somebody to become a lead, right? So for somebody to become a lead, that means that they've demonstrated an interest in what it is that you have to offer, right? They've demonstrated an interest in what you have to offer, and they said, "Oh, I want to take the next step," right? So there's somebody that's looking at it and going, "Hey, look, okay, I signed up on the email list. Can we get a conversation?" Or somebody in your case might be, "Hey, I'm interested. When are your next available appointments?" Right? So. Or I'm interested in learning more about your dentist office. I'm learning a little bit more about your massage studio, right? Or maybe your yoga studio, or your whatever the case is. They've gone the extra, like your open conversation talks, right? Somebody might want to come in and learn a little bit more about what it means to get a med spa appointment. What is it? What can a med spa do for you as a professional? Whatever the case is, there are people that have done that, right? And if they raise their hand as a lead, then the next thing they're going to do is they're going to be what's called marketing qualified. So they're basically saying, I want you to send me more information. And now you can start sending them information relative to what your offer is. And now I'm making a big assumption of thinking that you already have a solid offer. It's that one thing that you can give somebody, like free teeth whitening or teeth whitening for $50. You know that's the one thing that you want people to come to you for. That's an offer. Whenever you can construct whatever your market or your target audience is looking for the most, or that can help them start the journey of making a transformation to get where they want to go. Say you're integrative medicine, right? You've addressed the need for ongoing consultation then you might say first consultation on us, right? First, exam on us, first exam on us, where you're going to go into a deep dive and find out all the things that are going to be wrong and that you can address a plan. And that's what's going to drive people to want to become somebody that they want to receive marketing information from you, because now they're marketing qualified, right? So we want the subscriber, we want the lead. Now we're talking about marketing qualified. And what is marketing qualified? Basically, marketing qualified is somebody that has become a lead because they raised their hand, and now they're saying, I want more information. I want you to take me to the next level. I want you to engage with me just a little bit more, so that I can find out if you're going to be a good person, a good fit for me, a good physician for me, a good doctor for me, right? So you're looking at it from that perspective, right? And once somebody is marketing qualified, they want to receive all the information. You don't have to worry about these people sending your emails to spam. These are going to be the people that are actually going to go find your information in the spam folder and then click the button that says mark not as spam. Don't mark for spam. Put it back in the regular, in the primary inbox, right? So then the next step after marketing qualified is sales qualified. In other words, they've received enough information from you. Now they want you to pitch them. Okay, so how do I get it? How do I start this wellness plan? How do I get on this wellness plan? And the indicators for somebody that's sales qualified is they may be saying things like, how much does it cost? When is the next available appointment? What do I do next? Right? When the people start to ask, what do I do next? That means they're ready for your pitch. And may I take a moment to borrow from a friend of mine, Jeremy Funderburg. He's a sales expert. Says good sales doesn't feel like you're convincing people. It feels like you're just helping people make a transition. So a good way to say it is that this is at the pinnacle point of the transition, right? They're saying, okay, now I want to sell. I want you to sell to me. They ask the indicator question, like how much does it cost? Now you have an opportunity. So what do I mean by opportunity? We're in step number 5 now, or segment 5. What do I mean by opportunity? By opportunity, I mean somebody that's saying, now that this is for you as a business, this is a real opportunity for you to generate revenue, right? So they've said, I'm interested. Send me the sign me up for a sales conversation, get me into an appointment, get me into my initial consultation, like ASAP. Let's get it done. I'm ready to roll. I hope you're ready to roll. Let's get to it. Okay. So that's what an opportunity is. You market, like, I feel like opportunity, people stay in the opportunity, this is where people stay in the opportunity phase. It's either like in there and out of there, or they stay there a long time. Say, for instance, somebody says, make me a pitch, and now they say, oh, you know what? I can't really afford that right now, but I would like to revisit it in 6 months. They're an opportunity, right? They're an opportunity. Somebody that says, like, okay, I'm ready to get started, and I'm ready to get started tomorrow, then there may be an opportunity, and they might stay in the opportunity for like a day. Like, you can be in the opportunity segment for a number of different times, a various amounts of time. And then the next is, now somebody goes ahead and they make a payment, and now they become a customer or a client, right? They might become a patient of yours. So now they're a patient. Now they're a patient of yours. Now you've done work on them, for them, with them. Now they're a customer or a client. And people that are in the customer or client, then that's the ideal place where you want them to land. You want them to be that customer or client. All the previous 5 steps get people to a place where they now are a customer or client. And you might hear me say like 6 systems, right? And there is definitely a correlation between the 6 systems and the 7 segments. But most people that are customers or clients is usually where most people fall off. Like, once somebody becomes a client of yours, or a patient of yours, you don't really re-engage them. You leave it up to them to book all their future appointments. You leave it up to them to handle all future engagements. But you don't want that. That's not ideal. I wouldn't recommend doing that, right? And we're going to talk about what you can do in those different segments and how you message people. And then 7 is now somebody that's a customer, and they're employing and love you. Now they're telling their family and friends, right? This is your opportunity for scale. This is where scaling comes into play. How do you get people that are currently already customers or clients to tell more people about your business in a way that it starts to scale up? So now you start to get exponential results. One person might get you 3 people. 3 people might get you 12 people. 12 people might get you 48 new patients, right? And how do you get all these people to ramp up and get them in there? It's because you have a strong system in place so that you can address the people that are ready to become your best advertisement, your referral base, right? Your raving fans. And you see, today I got my Automate shirt on because we're going to talk about how to put all this into play so that you can automate what needs to happen. And we're going to go through a couple of use cases. We're not going to have time to go through and build out all the nurture sequences for every single one of the segments, but we're going to do it in a way that you'll be able to get an idea. And I don't know if you guys know this or not, probably don't. I think this is the first time I've been actually announcing it. We just dropped our prices significantly for the Traffic Link app. So if you want to go and join and get the Traffic Link app, you can go over to thetraffic.link. You can download, you'll be with your subscription to the Traffic Link app. You'll get all the software you need, and all you got to do is customize it for your purposes. We have training videos that walk you through how to do that and how to optimize everything so that all your messaging works. If that's a stretch too far, you can reach out to me, Xavier, at thetraffic.link, and I'll do the work for you. All right. So I'll do all the work for you. We can set up a situation. You get your subscription to the software, and then we can work one-on-one, or me and your team can work together, and we'll help get your system in place. But we just dropped our prices significantly. I think I don't know what the percentage is, but it's a lot. If you haven't looked at the prices lately, go over to the traffic.link/prices, and you'll be able to look and see. And I have that link. In the description of this video. That'll take you there as well. So nonetheless, let's jump into the Traffic Link app now, and let's start building out this pipeline. And we'll build out some nurture sequences to go along with the different stages in the pipeline. So without any further ado, let me go ahead and make a transition over to the screen. All right, here we go. We're going to go into the Traffic Link app. In the Traffic Link app, we're in our example this profile account, and we're going to go into opportunities. When you click on opportunities, it's going to pull up. It's going to look like this. When you first pull up the page, it's going to look like this. It's going to show you the opportunities. And then you can click over here to pipelines, and then we're going to go create new pipeline. All right. And we're going to call this segmented list. This segmented list pipeline. Okay. And the first one we're going to create is going to be subscriber. Right. And somebody that you just have a name and their email address, or name, email address, or phone number. Their subscriber. Now, in the 6 systems, this would be in system 1. This means system 2, because they're already past system 1 of traffic and attraction. Now, like we talked about last week, during office hours, we talked about capture and categorize, or how to do lead capture the right way. Well, these are the people that are now being captured, have now been captured. And now you have the information of their subscriber. So then after subscriber, what we got is lead, right? After lead, then what do we got? After lead, we have sales qualified. Our marketing qualified. Right? So we're going to put that in here. Marketing qualified. The next is sales qualified. Next after that is opportunity Next after that is customer and client. Next after that is evangelist or Raven fan. And I'm putting here referrals. Referral base, right? So, and then we're going to create that's pipeline. So now we have the segmented list pipeline. Then we're going to jump over into our automations. We're going to create a new automation set for. We're going to create a new folder. We're going to call it segment. Okay, segmented list. We're going to go to segmented list. We're going to create a new automation from scratch. Okay. So whenever our trigger is going to be, I'm going to call it 7 common segments. So what we're going to do here is whenever we have a new contact that's created, right? Contact is created, they're automatically going to be put into let's see, new contact. They're automatically going to be put into so new contact listing with filters, no tags. So anytime they're going to be triggered into this automation, and then whenever a new contact is added, right? So a new contact is going to be added. We're going to create a contact, and what did I do? Hold on. We're going to start an if statement. Okay. And actually, let me go back into the trigger. Let me see if I can add a tag. Let's not have tags. Yeah, we want to make sure we don't have any tags. Right. In fact, I might go in here and go tag. If they're a new contact, I want to remove all tags. Right. Remove all tags. Right. Then I can go into here, and then if I go to if and let's go, they call segment contacts. And the first one I'm going to call it subscriber. Can y'all with me? Anybody? Okay, we got one viewer. It's probably just me watching myself. Me watching myself cracking me up for whatever reason. Okay. All right. Let me go back over here. All right, subscriber. And then we're going to go. I forgot. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. You can't. Stage, opportunity, events, workflow. Y'all, I've been bombing the last couple of weeks on this part. What am I trying to do? If they're in the new, let's say opportunity. No, it is if else. I want to build out the if else, but I don't see where. Okay, hold on. What I'm looking for is. So they want me to add an opportunities trigger. All right. So what we're going to do? We're going to remove, and then we're going to add them we're going to put them in an opportunity. Create an opportunity here. Right. We're going to create an opportunity. We're going to put them in the segment list opportunity. We're going to put them in the subscriber. We're not going to add any opportunity source. We're not going to do any of that. We can come back and do that at a later time. That's valuable information of knowing where the source came from. But we're not going to do that right now. Okay. And then we'll go save action. We're going to put them in there. So we're going to remove a tag. Then we're going to add a tag. Remove all tags. Then we're going to add a tag of subscriber. Right. So we're going to add a tag subscriber. Now this is going to be important later on because everybody that's going to be in the subscriber list is going to get a certain set of emails. So we're going to add a tag, and then we're going to make sure I give it the right add tag subscriber. Again, I'm going to say this, best practices is to add a tag subscriber. Right, and make sure that your automation actually tell the story. Right, that's the point I'm trying to make. Make sure that when you look at it, a new contact was created, you're going to remove all tags. I'm going to put a blank slate. Okay, I'm going to hit save action. Right, then we're going to create an opportunity. Then we're going to add tag subscriber. Right. So, all right. So then what we want to do now is we want to see if we can create the if. Let's go if. Let me see if it gives me that opportunity now. Nope. Still doesn't. Okay, so we're gonna get out of that. Right. So we're gonna break this down. So we got this one. We got this one set where I say I'm not going to change this to from segments. I'm going to make it a new contact subscriber. Hit save. Okay. And then we're going to go back to workflows. Okay. All right. So and then we're going to create a new start from scratch. Then we're going to say we're going to create. Now we're going to work with the opportunities, or we're going to work with the pipeline. So. We're going to set up the segment list pipeline. And hit save. Filter is required. Hashtag. The tag is subscriber. That is filter. White stage. I can get rid of that tag. And the pipeline here, is it gonna let me? It's not letting me save it. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. Status change. What if it's giving me an error? And let me hit cancel out of that. Let me put a new trigger. Set the tag. Set the trigger. No, we gotta set it. Let's go here. See if you guys are like, what are you doing? I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out in real time. All right. Let's see here. Still no opportunities. All right. Let me see. Let me jump into something. Opportunity created. In pipeline. Segment list. Yeah, all right. So the opportunity that was created. So we had an opportunity that was created with the first automation. Now we're going to go right into our if. Now we're going to go here. We're going to change this to 7 or segmented. I'm looking at keeping an eye on time. We're running longer than I anticipated to run. We're still within an hour though. So opportunity. Pipeline change is pipeline stage is let's do the pipeline first. Is segmented list. Let's see. Pipeline. Wait a minute. Pipeline stage is, and then we got to go down here. Segmented list. Subscriber. Save. Let me subscriber, and then we got to add another branch. All right, so we're gonna put in the subscriber. And you guys, some of you guys out there might be watching. You guys like, why are you making different automations? I believe. Why am I building different automations in different like sections and not put them all together? Well, I come from a software background, and in the software world, we believe in modular design. So if one thing breaks, you don't have to worry about going into big chunks of code. You can go into one specific place and then change that. And with one thing I should have did in the previous automation was make system notes. And the system notes will tell you what triggered and what didn't trigger. Right? And we're going to do that here in a second. I'm going to add some system notes. But you build them out modularly so it makes it easier to troubleshoot something that went wrong. And trust me, automations can go wrong. Mine have gone drastically wrong at various different times. So that's why we're doing it this way. If anybody's asking. So subscriber, lead, right? And say opportunities. Pipeline stage is lead. You can type in that area here, and it'll give you that same thing. So pipeline stage is lead, and we're gonna go lead, and then we're gonna go marketing qualified. Opportunities. Pipeline stage is marketing qualified, and we're gonna add another branch. We're gonna go sales qualified. Right, and I'm just following along with this. Marketing qualified, sales qualified, opportunity. And then we're gonna go pipeline. Nope, it's not going to give it to me that way. So you're going to go into opportunity. Oh, it's opportunities. Opportunities. Pipeline stage is, and then sales qualified. We have other stages in there from other things that we've done with this account, with this account. Our favorite resident favorite account on the traffic link. Yeah. We go into example this on everything. So sales qualified, and then we're going to go into client or patient. And then we're going to go to opportunities. Pipeline stage is client, customer client. And then after that, we're going to go to sorry. This is opportunity. Skipped ahead. Then this is going to be client. What? Somebody was in my backyard. Listen, somebody was in my backyard. What? Make me reach for things. I don't want to reach for things. So, all right. And then you got client, patient. All right. And then we got opportunities. Pipeline stage is client. I want to change that in the pipeline to make it more on brand. From customer to put patient, client, patient. And then after that we have raving fan referral base. Probably spelling things wrong and everything. Okay. When opportunities, pipeline stage is fan. Okay. Let's see. No. Hit save action. Let's zoom out. To zoom out for anybody that doesn't know, just hold down the control button on the Mac control. What would it be? The Windows key, I guess it is. For PC, I don't know. But anyway, hold down the control button, and I just use the mouse scroller to scroll in and out. If I scroll up, it zooms out. Scroll down, it zooms in. So let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a none. Right. And I don't know what we would do with the none. We're not going to worry about the none. Okay. Everybody that comes in, right, press to say opportunity created. I should change this to opportunity created. It should be opportunity. Should be changed. We're gonna leave it the way it is right now. We'll come back and revisit that if it becomes. I'm just doing this for illustration purposes, right? So, actually, I do want it to change. But I bet you if I do like this, it's gonna break everything. Okay. Well, leave it like it is now. All right, let's get save over here. All right, and now And let's say if it comes in and they're a subscriber, right? If they're a subscriber, then I want to send an email out. Basically stating that, basically making an email saying, set your, example at example of this .com, and we'll copy that from name. So I'll just put my name here instead. Xavier said, welcome to example this. Right, and then you're going to hit and here, and your very first one should be a welcome. So welcome, and then you put in the contact name. And this is just for purpose, just demonstration purposes. Of course, we'll go into that, and you go into deeper details if it's real, right? You want to put in something like thank you for joining our newsletter or letter, or thank you for subscribing. And then you put in there like something to the fact of what to expect next. Then you put in how to schedule an appointment. Then you put in here, if you'd like to opt out. Right. This is kind of like the outline of what it would look like. Thank you for subscribing. What to expect next. How to schedule an appointment. If you'd like to opt out, click the thing, and then thank you. Thanks, Xavier. Med practice all the time. Okay. That's just a format. So I would put in like a welcome, and then a thank you for subscribing, and then talk about what they, and then talk about subscribe to. Then what to expect next, and then how to schedule an appointment. And then if you like to opt out, then thanks. That's the framework that you want to fill out. You can go into that later time, right? So they say hit now. One thing you need to address is like what happened, what this should be doing, what these nurture sequences should be doing, is promoting them to the next thing, right? For instance, if they subscribe, right, and they don't click a link, then you want them to click a link. Right. Email one, welcome. You want them to click a link to actually reply back. And so you're gonna wait. For a contact or a trigger link to be clicked. You put like a trigger link to be clicked. You can wait for email event to happen. Right, these different wait for a particular condition to get satisfied. In this case, I'm going to hit contact reply. Right. Or actually make it easier. Trigger link clicked. Right. And so I'm going to hit sales Zoom call link. I'm going to hit save there. But I'm actually going to click on save. I'm going to go out and create a trigger link. Right. And what this trigger link basically is doing is going to confirm. It's going to confirm the contact. Right. It's going to basically say, okay, you click the link, boom. Right. Okay. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go into marketing. I'm going to go to trigger links. I'm going to add a new link. And I'm going to call it confirm subscription. Right. And I'm just going to say it's going to take you to see. I don't. This URL is totally fake. So confirm subscription. Right. And I'm going to put a little underscore here. Because you don't want any blinks in your URLs. Right. And I'm going to put HTTPS on it. Okay. And hit save. Right. And then I'm going to go back into the automation. Quick way to get back into the automation that you were just dealing with is just click on the clock and then it'll tell you what your last automation is. It's right here. Okay. And then after that, all right, so we're gonna wait, and then we're gonna go back in here. We're gonna get rid of this one and hit confirm subscription. Right, you're gonna wait for that. And then I'm gonna set. Actually, let me go ahead, name it right again. Gotta make sure your automation is telling the story. Wait for confirmation. Sub confirmation. Just a second. Hey, I'm live right now. I can hear you coughing. Linity. Okay. All right. So we're gonna go. Yeah, we're going to say that. Hit save. And then we're going to do if. And this little technique I learned from Chris Davis. It's called a single double opt-in. Right. And basically what I'm doing is, if they don't confirm, then I'm going to send them another email. Basically asking them to confirm, click the link. Right. So, but I'm going to say if trigger link. If the trigger link is confirm subscription, then we're going to do the thing. Otherwise we're going to use the none branch. Okay. So all right. So if the trigger link is confirmed, then you move them on to the next thing, which is going to be an email. Right. And the email is basically going to be email 2. And it's going to be sample, or just put it from Xavier. And info at thetraffic.link. Right. And we're going to hit subject. Thank you for confirming. And this doesn't have to be a lot here, but you can do a lot here to make the opportunity a lot greater for you to do more things and make more money, introduce a new offer, promote them to the next thing. Now's a good time. Now's a good time to download, our patient success stories. Right. If they download the patient success stories, now they become a lead. Right. Now we can do that here. So what I'll do is I'll put in contact. I'm going to do it the quick way is just to go here. And go contact, first name. Thank you for confirming your subscription. And then you might say download our patient. Download our patient success stories to see what it's like working with us. Right? He hit. You can say get it here, and you can make the get it here a link. That can be another link, another trigger link, or just a regular link, and get it here. I'm just going to put a pound like that. Oh, let me do that. Okay. New window. Hit save. Hit here. If they right, and then okay. So email two. And if they don't, right? If the trigger link is not clicked, right? We're gonna send them. We're gonna do a go to. Or actually, no, we're going to send a second email. A 30 another email, right? So basically, we can do a go-to, just for the sake of purposes. There's better ways to do this, but we can do a go-to, right? And the go-to basically is going to take them back to the welcome. It's going to send them to another welcome email. Okay. So now it's going to send them back to that. Right? It's going to keep on doing that until we got to keep on sending them back to that. Now, I don't like that because it kind of creates an infinite loop, and we can do better with that. But for now, we're gonna actually wait. We're gonna wait 3 days. Okay. There you go. The name again. 3 days. All right, you guys. I'm coming up on time. We got like 2 minutes left in the hour. If you guys want me to continue, let's continue. If not, if I don't see anything in the chat saying continue, I'm gonna go ahead and put call it. We're gonna basically call it. You get the idea. Wait 3 hours. In the traffic link app. Right. When you get before you have a 14-day trial. You'll get access to a similar pipeline as this. But all the information will be already filled out. You know, all you got to do, or the template information will be filled out. All you got to do is put in your personal information, your business information that's specific to your business, and go from there. Again, if it's too much, you can hire me on my team to do it. We'll do it for you. Right? So you can walk away with fully implemented. That's for 3 hours, 3 days. A fully built out and ready to go, ready to rock system, right? Let's go 7 common segments. Okay. And we'll hit save. Right. And we'll go to the next one. If it's a lead, and say the lead, the lead is determined by the download of client success stories. You can send an email. All right. And we're going to say learn more about our practice And this will say something like contact first name or full name. Contact first name. And then we're going to go. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed our client success. We hope you enjoy our client success stories. You can view more here, and then here will be a link. We have reserved special time. And we talked about this before. This is a great technique for anybody that's patient. If you want to prioritize new patients being able to get butts and seats, you can say we have reserved special time for our new patients in the next 3 to 5 business days. Correct? Then you explain we only extend this to our new extend this to our new patients. Right, something like that, along those lines, right? And here's a link. Right. Here's a link to our appointment schedule. Oh, yeah, I'm over 2 minutes. Right. Thanks. Patient success team. Okay. Right. Something like that. Right. And boom. Right. Then you would say like you, and you would go. You would put you put an if statement here, and you would do something like this. You would go. Booked an appointment. Right. And you go booked an appointment, and you go. You would do like a trigger link. No, not workflow trigger. So you would build another opportunity. You build out whenever they book it. Like say we how do you do this? You basically want to wait and see if. So we'll go to a wait state. We'll go into a wait. The waits have changed a lot. They used to not be so robust. All right, so we go wait, and we'll go for event appointment time, or we'll go into CRM. So we'll go for a trigger link, and then we'll set the trigger link is sales call, Zoom link, for instance. Oh. Wait to see if appointment booked. And then we'll wait to see if the appointment booked. And let's see. Let's see if I got it. Nope. We have to set an appointment. So yeah, basically you can wait to see if the appointment booked. Right. We'll send an email and we'll sit and wait, see if an appointment booked. And then what be ideal will come back to this is to have a conditional, basically see if the appointment has been booked. If the appointment has been booked, then you move then they're done with the lead stage, right? You can get a notification basically saying, hey, you've been notified this person has moved past the lead stage and ready for marketing qualified, right? And you move into marketing qualified. Or you can move them to marketing qualified. You can say, let's go. Update opportunity in pipeline segmented list. We can change in pipeline stage marketing qualified. You can change it to marketing qualified. We'll change update opportunity. Right. And now, say for instance, I put this in the wrong order. You can always go to mode, move action. You can move it to here. Right. So if they book an appointment because the sales link is clicked, then you can move into marketing qualified. Right. Then you can do a thing where you can wait to see if they whatever your qualifier here is, and then you can move them along the line. But this is kind of give you an idea how you would deal with it. Right. So if the trigger links clicked. Right, and then you can go from there. Right, so we can go to if Anyway, we can get out of that. All right, so we're at time, guys. I might have to come back again next week and deal with more, but I think we're going to move on. I think you understand the gist of it. But basically, this is how you build it out. Again, inside the traffic link, we have all these things already figured out and built out for you. All you got to do is download, subscribe, and then start plugging in your custom information. Right, your custom information about your business or whatever the case is. So. All right. You guys want to go ahead and end it here. But this is how to deal with segmentation. The main thing we wanted to communicate was the 7 common segments that every business needs to look at as a foundation. It gets way more detailed and way more complex based on how many offers you have, how many people you have in different segments, what do you do with those people in those segments. One of the things that I like to do too is like, and this might be a good case for 8 and 9. When none of these exist, I might go through and delete a contact. Right. Delete contact. Right. If none of them exist, if none of these things exist, how did they get here in the first place? Go ahead and delete that contact. Right. It's always good to keep a good, clean list. That's the bonus. It's always good to keep a good, clean list when you're working with content, because you don't want to send dead or lingering contacts, any kind of communication, especially by email, because they eventually start to affect your ESP reputation, right? We talked about that before. Is your email service provider reputation? If they start to determine that you're sending a bunch of spam because people are not opening up your emails, they keep a silent score on everybody's email address. If your email address is constantly sending information out that people are not responding to, they're going to mark you as spam, and you can basically lose your ability to communicate with folks. And Gmail's really bad at that. So anyway. It is now 10 minutes after the hour. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I'm Xavier. I'm the Traffic Link. Thank you guys very much. Please come join our community. You can go to join.thetraffic.link, get in the community. We'll have a copy of that segmented list PDF in there. And you can go ahead and download it and implement it in your business today. Or just rewatch this video. Okay? All right. I'm out. You guys have a good one. Have a blessed one. Stay blessed by the best, as my friend Myron Golden likes to say. And we're going to transition on this one, and we're out. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll catch you guys next week, or catch you on the next one, whichever comes first. All right. Talk to you guys later.